there. I've just dropped in to share a little bit of crafting with you on the weekend. I didn't set it. Stampin Up set a Facebook challenge to use any or all of 6 colours that they'd photographed on a project. And it's just to keep us on crafting, because that'll help keep our sanity, won't it? So I started off, actually, I was going to colour this image from Ornate. Okay, I've had a mental block. Anyway, the Ornate Garden Suite. This image in those colours. And I may still do it. But I was thinking about the strip cards that Bruno Bertucci has shared recently. But then I remembered that there's just another way that you can actually... I cut strips when I cut my cards, because I cut my base at 14.5 inches. And then the layers, the first layer is at 10 centimetres. So you end up with a variety of strips left over, which I keep in a tub. And every now and again I might use. So I thought that I would share this little technique with you for using up strips that you already have. So I've just grabbed a piece of black cardstock, and I've got underneath it, actually, you might be wondering, it's a silicone mat, and we do sell them in the catalogue. They're about $10, but with the glue doesn't stick to it. So if you happen to have peeled all your dimensional backings off and then found that you didn't want to put it straight on your card, you can lay it down on the silicone mat and it won't stick. It comes away easily. And the same when I'm using Tombow. If it drips onto the edges, well, it's not going to ruin my paper or my desk or anything like that. So I haven't done a great deal with these strips yet, so I might just pull out the colours. Bermuda Bay was one, and Coastal Cabana. And then I remember at the other end of the spectrum was Terracotta Tile and Grapefruit Grove. Now, do you know what? I never realised how well it went with Terracotta Tile. It looks really nice. And Grapefruit Grove will leave us at the end of May. What is it? Mango Melody, is it? Yes, it is. I just had to check on the stamp pad. That helped. Now, with the yellow, I wasn't quite sure which yellow it was. I couldn't read the label. And I pulled out Pineapple Punch. And I pulled out Daffodil Delight. Now, I think that I actually prefer the Daffodil Delight this time. And how am I going with my strips? Not so great at the moment. I know if I moved it up, I could have some blues at the end as well. Couldn't I? Now, I could also do it without gaps. I might just start and see what I think. I'm being a bit crazy here because I didn't put much thought into that. I just thought, oh, I'll go for it, and then I've just realised, well, maybe I was supposed to be a bit more methodical about that. Anyway, here goes. Here goes nothing, as they say. I do like that. I just can't believe I hadn't ever put them next to each other. That one. And then I said that yellow, didn't I? Daffodil Delight. Okay. Go like that. That's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, there's a gap there. Look, that's okay. That is okay. All right. Put it into the trimmer. It's much colder in Melbourne today. The sun still comes out from time to time, but then so does the rain clouds. It's a bit sad. That one had glue on it. I'm hoping to goodness I haven't got too much on my trimmer. I've just actually cleaned all of my my trimmer and my Stamparatus with isocol alcohol. Because it takes all the ink marks and everything off. Plus I guess it sterilises it, doesn't it? Alright. Get rid of those other strips there. Now, have you seen the Stamparatus? I love it when it comes to these big stamps because if it doesn't ink up perfectly the first time, you're usually in the position to redo it. Now, I've just got to find my magnet there. Have a think about where that is. Oh, that's fine. So I'll put that on a bit more actually. Might even put it right up to the top. Oh, it's come out of its hinges. Oh, I definitely need to ink it up again. I have a feeling that's because the magnet's up at that end. So if I hold the image down and do that, there we are. Now the other thing I'd thought about doing was heat embossing it, and I think it might have been quite nice if I had, but I'll leave this one for now. And I'm going to have